What's the magic that keeps a marriage together? It's not what you think. WSJ Bonds columnist Elizabeth Bernstein is here on the set. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So this is interesting, actually. You say it's all to do with how the son-in-law gets on with his parents-in-law, right?
Exactly. The magic glue is how well the son-in-law gets along with his wife's parents. So there's really interesting new research that shows if a son-in-law is close to his in-laws, that marriage is 20% more likely to last.
This is Family Guy. And there's another show there. That's all in the family, apparently. It says so in the top there. So I've also heard that when you have a son who gets married, you lose a son, and when you have a daughter who gets married, you gain a son. So that going into being with the wife's family, that's very important, right?
It's very important. The reason is that women are we love relationships, and so we're constantly watching them, we're taking care of them, and so when we feel that our spouse cares about our parents, we feel taken care of. It really means a lot to us.
Okay, and in what ways can it go wrong, and in what ways can it go right?
Well, interestingly, the exact opposite is true for daughters-in-law. So when wives are close to their in-laws, those marriages are 20% less likely to last. So
now,
I think that's fascinating.
Where does this data come from? Is that, I mean, is that sort of from a sample?
It's from a very big
the divorce courts don't have this stuff in them, don't they? Did you get on with your parents?
What was your mother-in-law like?
Yeah.
No, this is from a very interesting, very good study at a longitudinal 25 years study of married couples at the University of Michigan. So it's really an important study. So it's very interesting research that comes out of that.
Were you surprised by any of this?
I was very surprised. I wouldn't have guessed the son-in-law connection. I wouldn't have thought it would be that important. We always hear about the mothers-in-laws and how they can be such a dicey relationship for wives. So I was very, very surprised to hear that men are the glue there.
No. So the man being the glue, does it matter whether he gets on with his mother-in-law or his father-in-law? Does it have to be both? Can it be one? Is it better?
One or the other. It could be both, one or the other. It's just that he has forged a relationship with them, and that reads to his wife as if, boy, he cares about me. Because if he's going to bother with my parents, if he's going to take care of my parents, he's going to get to know my parents, he really cares about me. So that's what she's hearing.
Is that something, if you're getting married, and people are always getting married, and if you don't like your in-laws or your to-be in-laws, should you just say, sorry, is that the time I got to be going? Is that what you should you do that?
You do want to set boundaries always, because what goes wrong with the mothers and the daughter-in-laws is that there's no boundaries there sometimes, and daughter-in-laws are constantly reading that as meddling. So you do want to set boundaries, but yes, you want to work very hard to get along with your in-laws. This is important. You have to remember they raised the person you love, so you should try to appreciate them for something.
So, I mean, what if you're finding it hard to do that? We've got about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's very hard to do. I would say, rely on your spouse, try harder, but also you can rely on your spouse to sort of be the mediator. So let them work with their own parents to make the relationship work.
I like that. Get the spouse to be the mediator. Love it. Elizabeth Bernstein, Bonds columnist here at the Wall Street Journal. More on that in tomorrow's Wall Street Journal.